Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to crochet a star garland, and this is going to be a beginner level pattern. It's super easy. All you need is some worsted weight cotton yarn. I have it in, I believe, ivory from Lily's Cream and Sugar. You're going to need an H8 or 5mm hook, or you could probably use a little bit. You could size down or up as needed in the pattern. You're going to want a tapestry needle or a yarn needle, a good pair of scissors, and some twine or whatever yarn or other string you would like to use to create your actual garland piece. So go ahead and grab your supplies. If you would like the written pattern, you can find that on my blog at godsgiftofcreativity.com. Other than that, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty guys, so to make your star for your Star of Christmas garland, you're going to start off with the magic ring. So I wrap it around my fingers, cross it, have an X in the front, and in the back I should have 2 lines. So then you're going to go under the first one, and you're going to hook the second one, and I twist because it makes it easier, and then pull it off. You can use whatever method works best for you to create your magic ring. Then you're going to chain 1, right? And then what you're going to do is we're going to create 5 puff stitches in our magic ring, and then we're going to do a chain between each one of them. So I'll show you. We'll have 1. We're going to yarn over and make sure that there's 9 loops on the hook for each puff stitch. So basically what you'll be doing is you'll be yarning over, inserting your hook into the magic ring, yarning over again and pulling up. You'll do that for a total of 4 times, or until there's 9 loops on the hook. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you'll yarn over again and pull through, and then chain 1. And you're going to repeat that for all of your puff stitches. And I like to pull the magic ring a little tighter for these because they tend to be a little more consistent that way. If you have a hard time making your puff stitches, like being able to pull through, make sure that you have the correct hook. You can always size up if it makes it a little easier, but you also want to make sure you have your yarn kind of, I like to pull it out a little bit extra, just so that way I'm not having to like yank it out of the skein while I go, because otherwise it can really make it kind of tough when you're working on your puff stitches. So we are going to have a total of 5 puff stitches with a chain after each one. So there will be 5 puff stitches, 5 chains. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, once you have your 5 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're going to go ahead and pull your magic ring tight, and you're going to slip stitch to the puff stitch. So it looks like it's this one, it looks like a on the side almost. That's actually the top of the puff stitch. So that's the one we are going to slip stitch into, okay? And you can go ahead and continue to pull that tight. It'll get a little loose until you get all the way around another time, until you weave in the ends actually too. So what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet here in the top of this stitch. It almost looks like the top of the puff stitch. It's actually where the chain 1 is. So you'll be skipping the first stitch of the round essentially and just working into the top of that stitch. Now in this chain space right here is where we're going to work a stitch combination to create the first point of our star. So we're going to start off with a half double crochet, and then we're going to do a double crochet into the same chain space. This is to create our height. Then we're going to chain 1, and now we're going to treble crochet. Then you're going to chain 1 again, and we're going to go back down the other side of the point, so we're going to double crochet into the same chain space, and we're going to have double crochet. So we've got our first point, and we're going to now single crochet into the next stitch from our first round. So now that we've finished our first one, we're actually just going to repeat those same directions all the way back over again. So we're going to have double crochet in this chain space, double crochet, chain 1, treble crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then half double crochet, and then single crochet in the top of this next stitch. And you're just going to repeat that all the way around in each of the chain spaces, and it will create a 5-point star for you. It's actually one of my favorite simple ways to just kind of decorate for Christmas. It just makes everything a little more festive. The cool part about these too is if you do not want to use them for a garland, you can actually use them as applique for like a stocking, or you could use them as an ornament. I have several of them that are ornaments in my house, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. So you're going to go ahead and just keep going, and I will see you back here in just a minute. Alright guys, so to finish up your star, what you're going to do is you're actually going to slip stitch into, you're going to skip over the first stitch, this slip stitch, and you're going to, you're going to skip over the slip stitch that we did at the beginning, and you're going to slip stitch into the single crochet that we did at the very beginning of the round. And this will create your star. And what I'm going to do is, what you'll do is you'll fasten off. So, and to get the nicest weaving in of ends, or to get the nicest edge, I should say, you're actually going to pull it through, and then you'll create an invisible join here. And so that way you'll be able to have kind of an even, consistent outside, so it won't really matter which way you hang it, it'll look the same. So you're going to go ahead and make several more of those, and really you're just going to need about 2 per foot of your garland, and that is how many you'll need to create your garland. So like if you had a 6-foot garland, you're going to want to create 12. If you had a 10-foot garland, you're going to want to create 20. So on and so forth. So go ahead and get making, and I will see you back here in just a minute for creating the garland. Alright guys, so to create your garland, what you're going to want to do is you can either chain a certain number from a string, jute, twine. You can use a thinner type of yarn, or you can just, like I'm using twine right now, and I'm going to use my yarn needle to attach all of my stars to create the garland. And I'm going to show you how to do it this way. I like it this way a little better just because it kind of creates a rustic-y feel, and I also find that it's a little easier if you want to kind of adjust the distance between the stars. It's a little easier to do so this way, just in case like you have a cat or kids or something and they jerk on it and it looks funky. You can always fix it this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my yarn needle, and obviously I have it threaded onto my twine, or my twine threaded onto my needle, and I'm going to pick the top of my star, and I'm going to actually thread it from the back to the front and the top of the treble. If you can see that, just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it to about the distance that I would like it between my stars. So a little bit closer, probably about right there. So I eyeball it. If you want to, you could totally put out a ruler and measure exactly. If you want them exactly 6 inches, I just do about 6, anywhere between 5 to 7 inches. I'm not a super specific person, but if you are, you could totally measure it. So instead of knotting, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back around and almost do a whip stitch, but it's going to go back through the same stitch, back through the top. So what this will do is, instead of creating a knot, if you need to move it, all you have to do is just stick a little extra in, and it's easier to move back and forth around the string or around the twine or yarn or whatever you have. So I'll show you one more time. So we're going to go with our next star. We're going to go ahead and go to the top of the treble for one of the points. You're going to go from the back. You're going to want to get to just the top of the stitch, just like as if you were crocheting. You're just going to insert your hook, your needle through the top of the stitch. You're going to pull it through, and then you're going to place it out there. You're going to pick it back up, and you're going to go ahead and go back through from back to front again, that same stitch. And this will help it also stay in place a little better without actually having to knot each and every one. So that is going to be how you're going to create your garland. And the really fun part that I really love is you can make this as long or as short as you would like. It's really up to you. You can make it so that you can put it around your Christmas tree, on your mantelpiece, whatever works best for you. And I hope you enjoy this star garland. I would love to see them, how you have finished them, where you've placed them in your home or wherever. If you would like to share them with me on Instagram or on Facebook, you can tag me at godsgiftofcreativity.com or God's Gift of Creativity, and then you can get the full written pattern at godsgiftofcreativity.com. I hope to see you back again soon. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. See you again next time.